It's time now for County-Wide, a presentation of Yavapai Broadcasting News. You'll hear about the interesting issues and happenings that affect all our lives. Here's today's County-Wide.
Well, we say good day and welcome to County-Wide. I'm Brad Miller, and we're happy to welcome into studio today Geonna Hazzard is with the Cottonwood Chamber of Commerce, and Geonna is the Director of Member Services. Did I get that correct?
You did. You got it.
Got that one right off the top of the show, and we're going to talk about the Cottonwood Chamber and some of the things. I do want to pick your brain a little bit about how things have bounced back since COVID. Everybody's tired and sick to death of COVID, that's for sure, but I don't know that we've talked with anybody from the chamber recently kind of about that issue, and then some exciting things that are going on, as always, in the community, and some new things. There's been some kind of, what do we call them, procedural or directional changes that you've made to kind of expand your conveyance to people in the community, business leaders and citizens, and so let's kind of do that. First, just about you a little bit. You have been in this position how long?
So I've been in this position going on 2 years now, and I absolutely love it. I came from not necessarily the same background at all. I was working in a dental office for over 17 years, and moved here from out of state, and was volunteering at the Chamber of Commerce. I'm a realtor as well. And so I was handing out basically relocation guides and my business card. But Christian, our CEO, he actually offered me a job because he thought I'd be perfect for it. And I ended up falling in love with the position and helping small businesses. It's just been really fun.
Kismet.
Yeah.
It just happens sometimes, kind of like that. Well, that sounds great, and if you continue to do it, some of our listeners will recognize your voice doing some of the promotional mentions for the chamber, and we're happy to have you come in and kind of talk with us a little bit today. When we talk about member services, that means kind of self-explanatory, but you kind of are, liaison between the chamber and actual business owners and leaders?
Yes, absolutely. So there's, I do outreach to try to go and tell people, business owners that are not necessarily members. I try to introduce them to the chamber and tell them the benefits of it. And then I also try to help promote our members' businesses to the best of my ability and in whatever way will help them. And sometimes that's just connecting them with other business owners to try to find business relationships and form those. And so it's been really fun. And it's also promoting their business, their events, their whatever they're doing.
Yeah. What are some of the benefits of membership?
So some of the benefits of membership would be, obviously, you come to this community of business owners that are very involved in the community. There's ribbon cuttings that we do. Those are promoted through the Verde Independent. And there's social media posts. We do networking events as well. And what we've just recently started doing is we have tried to hit every type of business owner. And before we were only doing for a while the evening mixers. A lot of that happened during COVID. Mm-hmm. There just weren't as many get-togethers, and so the breakfasts had stopped. And so what we've just started doing is trying to hit a different audience other than maybe some of the business owners aren't going to an evening mixer where they're having cocktails and socializing, which is great. But there's also now we've incorporated a quarterly breakfast, which has been a big hit, and it's a completely different crowd of business owners and employees, of course. And then we've also started a Lunch and Learn series in partnership with the City of Cottonwood. So we're bringing in speakers. Our last one was a housing topic, and that was a huge topic, and we completely sold out. And so it's been really, really great. The breakfast, the lunch, and the evening mixers have completely different audiences, and we're able to reach more people.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, truly it is. When you talk about a chamber perspective, the more the merrier.
Yes.
I mean, it really kind of does play that way. And when we talk about becoming involved in the chamber, I think the key word that you used was networking.
Yes.
I know when our radio stations go out, we might go to an event like the rodeo, say. It's a big, huge event. But while we're there, we talk to a lot of different kinds of people about different things that, had it not been just for the rodeo, we wouldn't even know about. And it just expands from there. And you can go in all kinds of directions. And getting business leaders with common interests together seems like it's really a critical kind of piece of it.
It is. It's amazing. And it's been really fun just getting to introduce other business owners to each other where they could benefit each other's business just by knowing each other.
Right.
And another thing that we also incorporated was trying to allow time for businesses to introduce themselves at these events. And so one of the options is if you're hosting a mixer, which we do have a member host every month, they host a mixer. That is introducing your business to the business community. And then another thing is we do pass a microphone around at these events so that every business that has something going on that wants to talk about it has a chance to just kind of hop on the mic and say, hey, this is what we have going on and this is how I could help you. Come talk to me. So it's been great, really successful. It's
still fun just as a consumer and a citizen and a person about town to go into new places, things you haven't done or done for a while, and just find out, wow, this store has changed a lot since the last time I was here. This restaurant has expanded their menu since the last time I was here. It just is a living, breathing thing that just kind of keeps rolling. Okay, you did mention COVID, and I do want to go there because the quite honestly, the rebound to me has been sensational, and I'm not talking just Cottonwood. I think the country in general. It's come back faster than I thought it would. Certain sectors are going to struggle yet for a while. But in Cottonwood, how are we feeling? I would assume pretty optimistic, just looking at people, looking at the out-of-state license plates and things like that we see.
Yeah, it's been crazy. So I've heard mixed reviews from our business owners. So what we've seen at the Chamber, as far as membership goes, our membership has grown significantly. And so for our fiscal year, which starts in July to today, we have 56 new members that have joined.
Wow.
And just in the last 6 months, we've had 25.
Wow.
In previous years, we were getting 4 members a year. And so we had 56 for the whole year. That's kind of a big deal.
How do you account for that?
How do we count?
Account for that. What are people saying as they've increased membership?
They've seen the connection with the city of Cottonwood is one thing.
Sure.
They've seen that the promotion of businesses. They've seen so many people involved doing ribbon cuttings. And so I think that that's a huge thing. I also think that people felt like they needed a community and to stick together during COVID. And so I think the Chamber has been one way that they've been able to still promote a business, still grow, and still help each other as business owners in a small community. They saw the need for the Chamber and for community, and that is what we try to do. Another thing that we've noticed as far as tourism, we can't account for all tourism, but what we do see at our 2 visitor centers are we do keep track of the people that come in to get visitor information and that are there as tourists and people that call for tourism-related packages. And we have actually, during COVID, surprisingly, we saw a huge increase of people that were visiting from out of state. And so it was all within the United States, not out of country.
Right.
But it was huge. We had a huge amount of visitors, and the RV traffic was amazing.
When COVID was really still boiling.
During roaring
COVID. Those first
COVID.
2 years. Say.
Yes, the first 2 years. It was really good because we did stay open with, pretty open compared to a lot of other areas.
Well, California was closed down, basically. Yeah. Nevada was a bit back and forth. Arizona, there was a time, but kind of bounced out of it. You're talking like mask requirements and those kinds of things.
Yeah, and even, just businesses being closed. California, for example, all their restaurants and everything was closed for a long time.
Right.
And the capacity when they did open was like 3 tables. It was nuts.
Right.
And so here, I think people were trying to just feel some type of normalcy, and they still, even parks and camping was closed in California.
Yeah.
So people were able to just drive here, take their RV, and we had a lot of success in that way. And a lot of our business owners that I've talked to personally, being the member services, I hear a lot from the business owners. They talked about us being in this bubble where their business was actually booming during the time of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And so right now, what we've seen is a decrease in the just out-of-state visitors, but an increase in the out-of-country visitors because, of course, the country is open. And
now we're kind of going around the other way, and everybody wants to get out and go.
Yes, and we've seen a big decrease in the RV travelers. So that's been interesting, and I'm not sure if that's because of gas prices going up.
Probably, sure.
Also, people can go anywhere now.
Right.
They don't just have to go, local or where they could drive.
Right.
And so it's really interesting. But I think Arizona and Cottonwood in particular has done so well with trying to support their businesses and let them stay open as much as possible to where they were able to kind of, a lot of them were able to kind of coast and ride it out, and some of them even flourished.
Yeah.
So
yeah, extraordinary. It seems like I remember reading one of the at one time and thinking, oh, that's probably true, that buffet style restaurants, cafeteria style restaurants were done.
Yeah.
And I know that they have rallied back, if you kind of read some of the material that's flowing around out there. Movie theaters and venues like comedy clubs and things like that, performance places, again, slowed way down. But now people, I think the appetite was really stoked during that time, and it continues even now.
Oh, I agree 100%. I mean, the buffets are nuts. The one at Cliff Castle Casino Hotel, for example, is just is super popular, and everything's back and booming. And I think people are excited to get back out and just live.
Yeah, being pushed all together in a tight space for so long. Well, that's great news. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we're talking with Geonna Hazzard, Cottonwood Chamber of Commerce and Director of Member Services. It's countywide, and we'll return right after this.
Life changes, then it changes again. Predicting the unexpected in life is impossible. That's why it's called unexpected. So when it comes to financial goals, our philosophy is don't predict, prepare. Hi, I'm Edward Jones Financial Advisor Matthias Sandoval. A job loss, change in health, or a loss of a loved one can have a big impact on your family's financial security. Let's work together to help make sure you're equipped for life's unexpected events. Call our office to schedule a face-to-face appointment.
Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Verde Solaire, your hometown heating, air conditioning, and plumbing company in the Verde Valley. And your trusted North Central Arizona Goodman dealer. Goodman is a name you can trust with the revolutionary Comfort Bridge technology factory installed into select Goodman gas furnaces and air handlers to ensure the entire system operates at peak energy efficient performance. Verde Solaire offers free in-home estimates, locally owned and operated since 1983. Visit them at verdesolaire.com. Better, cleaner, faster.
Hi, this is Lewis Rice with Rice Accounting, Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, with a very sincere thank you for your continued business over the last 20 years. All of us at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service are very honored for the many community awards we've been given over the years. As always, we are open year-round, providing services for taxes, payroll, and bookkeeping. Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, located throughout northern Arizona, can help you with all your tax and accounting needs. For our nearest location, call 800-234-1040.
Let's talk. That's the message from Jonna Randall Murdoch, your local Farm Bureau agent, providing a personal touch when making insurance and financial decisions. Jonna will simplify your insurance needs while offering competitive pricing. Let's talk auto, home, life, and farm. Call Jonna at Farm Bureau today at 928-649-8686. Your Cottonwood Farm Bureau property and casualty insurance company. At Farm Bureau, they insure more than just farms.
We welcome you back to the program. Again, it is countywide. Geonna Hazzard, Cottonwood Chamber of Commerce, and Gianna's the Director of Member Services. Clearly, in the last number of years, viticulture, wine, winemaking, selling, tasting in Cottonwood and the Verde Valley has really taken off like a rocket. And it seems like perhaps above anything else. I mean, tourism has always kind of been our base, and the viticulture plays right into that. But what else, what other businesses have really kind of popped up or benefited from the wine industry and its grab on the Verde Valley?
Yeah, I would say it has really helped a lot of the local businesses.
Sure.
So anywhere from shopping, because people are coming here, they're drinking wine, they're enjoying it as a little shopping area. And so many boutiques have popped up that are doing really well, especially in Old Town Cottonwood. But also all the tours. There's now we have the kayak tours that go straight to the winery. We have the Jeep tours, so people aren't having to drive. There's quite a few wine tours that are right in the area. So all of those tourism-related businesses have really flourished from the wine, the viticulture. Right. And we just became a designated viticulture city. So that's pretty exciting. I think that it's really going to put us on the map. I mean, even Sedona Air Tours is now based out of Cottonwood. And so they've flourished from it because you've got people coming here to enjoy the wine tasting and the food and then doing air tours. And so it's really been beneficial to all the little local businesses here.
For the longest time, Sedona and the Red Rocks, and, we had that, and the quaintness of Jerome and those kinds of things. And I think finally Cottonwood, rather than being the bedroom community to service some of those kinds of things, has really kind of made its own mark. Oh, clearly it has. I'm curious about this. I think, and maybe I'm too close to it, haven't lived here for so long, but it seems like Cottonwood, when we think of that, if the typical, say, Phoenix tourist, the day tripper, is going to think of Cottonwood, they're going to think of Old Town.
Yes.
How do we benefit and share some of that wealth and joy with businesses that are not on the main drag?
I think as far as that goes, just seeing at our visitor centers, we have they are all volunteer ran, and our volunteers are very happy to give their own recommendations for food. And so that ends up, people end up off the beaten path, just exploring the rest of Cottonwood and enjoying the other stuff that's off of Old Town Strip, and especially the wineries are, a lot of them, if they're going off of just the tasting rooms, they're going out towards the wineries, they're seeing a bunch of stuff on the way. And so people tend to stop in and check that stuff out too. And a lot of people like the local experience. And so it's really just benefited all of Cottonwood as a whole.
Mm-hmm. I know that when just our personal taste in our family, and this has been true for a long, long time, I don't know if I've ever been to an Olive Garden. Some of the kind of, things, and God bless them, they do what they want to do, but finding those little local spots, and Cottonwood's got 1 billion of them. All of this area has 1 billion of them. And can you kind of encourage, people to kind of get one over another? I got to think, when somebody walks into the chamber office, what's the best place to eat? Go ahead, you can tell me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do you
absolutely.
get that kind of thing?
Oh, yeah. I absolutely do. And I try to give a variety of, this is everything we have, but I love going to, for example, Randall's for breakfast. It's a local spot. You see mostly local people, and it's my favorite breakfast spot. Yeah. And so, everybody that's working there kind of, everybody gives their own opinion, and that's kind of the neat thing of still having a location to go to for tourism is you get people's opinion, and you're going to get a different person's opinion no matter what time of the day you walk in, and you don't really get that from a cell phone anymore, Yeah,
you can't get the human factor. You just can't. Now, speaking of that, I was curious, you mentioned, did I get this right, the visitor center has expanded, or you've opened a second?
Yeah, so we have had the second location for quite a long time. We have one information center that is on Cove Parkway, and then we also have one right in the heart of Old Town on Main Street. And that second location just got certified as a tourism information center now. Okay. So we are actually certified, and so hopefully more people will find it and be able to go there. And our members' information is all in there. That's another benefit of membership, is that you can have your rack cards in there, and people that are coming from out of the area and really want to see what's going on love picking up those paper pamphlets.
So even 2, almost 3 generations into the internet now, and the cell phones and all of that right in your hand, people still like to come in and have the literal face-to-face conversation.
They love it.
And pick up the paper information. It works.
Yep, they love it. They come in and sometimes they're looking on the internet for very specific things, and they can't find a personal person that's local, that knows the area, that's like, hey, where do I go with my kids to sit down and eat, and it's going to be comfortable and I'm not going to ruin the day? That's something that you can't really, how are you going to get that on the internet?
Stopping at the visitor center is kind of like hitting that magic number on the phone. Instead of going to the recordings over and over, you get a human being.
Yes.
That eureka moment.
Exactly.
Think of the visitor center that way. Awesome. All right, let's take another short break. When we come back, I think you've got a pretty big event coming up fairly soon. Is that right?
Yeah, June 23rd.
Okay, we're going to talk about that when we come back. Good show, good program, good chat with Geonna Hazzard. Cottonwood Chamber of Commerce is busy as ever. We'll come back to Countywide right after this.
Life changes, then it changes again. Predicting the unexpected in life is impossible. That's why it's called unexpected. So when it comes to financial goals, our philosophy is don't predict, prepare. Hi, I'm Edward Jones financial advisor Matthias Sandoval. A job loss, change in health, or a loss of a loved one can have a big impact on your family's financial security. Let's work together to help make sure you're equipped for life's unexpected events. Call our office to schedule a face-to-face appointment.
Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Verde Solaire, your hometown heating, air conditioning, and plumbing company in the Verde Valley, and your trusted North Central Arizona Goodman dealer. Goodman is a name you can trust with the revolutionary Comfort Bridge technology, factory installed into select Goodman gas furnaces and air handlers to ensure the entire system operates at peak energy efficient performance. Verde Solaire offers free in-home estimates, locally owned and operated since 1983. Visit them at verdesolaire.com. Better, cleaner, faster.
Hi, this is Lewis Rice with Rice Accounting, Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, with a very sincere thank you for your continued business over the last 20 years. All of us at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service are very honored for the many community awards we've been given over the years. As always, we are open year-round, providing services for taxes, payroll, and bookkeeping. Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, located throughout northern Arizona, can help you with all your tax and accounting needs. For our nearest location, call 800-234-1040.
Let's talk. That's the message from Geonna Randall Murdoch, your local Farm Bureau agent providing a personal touch when making insurance and financial decisions. Geonna will simplify your insurance needs while offering competitive pricing. Let's talk auto, home, life, and farm. Call Geonna at Farm Bureau today at 928-649-8686. Your Cottonwood Farm Bureau property and casualty insurance company. At Farm Bureau, they insure more than just farms.
And again, back to Countywide as we wrap it up. I'm Brad Miller. Geonna Hazzard, Cottonwood Chamber of Commerce, and Geonna is the Member Services Director there. All right, big event. First, you said something during the break I would like you to share with our listeners, if you would, and then we'll talk about the event coming up. That Cottonwood really, like in so many things, is a regional hub. We think about the ball fields and communities, Clarkdale, Jerome, and it kind of comes this way, the library and the services there, the rec center. And the chamber kind of sort of works in the same way for community businesses across the region.
Absolutely. And we actually started out, so this is our 75th anniversary, by the way. So that's the big event that we're having.
Cool. That's cool.
So we started out as the Verde Valley Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
And so we have we went to the Cottonwood Chamber of Commerce, and we have tried to go back to that regional feeling. And so we're really focusing on that. And we did actually just recently change our title a couple of years back now to the Greater Cottonwood Chamber of Commerce. And that's because we do want to include Clarkdale, Camp Verde, Jerome, all these other communities, because the Verde Valley really does function the best as a whole if we come together. We are one little community, and we face a lot of the same challenges. And so we have been able to start working with the town of Camp Verde and Clarkdale and Jerome, and it's been so successful in helping to have that information available for tourists, but also just for local people to branch out to other little communities in the area. And so it's been really fun. Yeah,
when we're all kind of rowing the same direction.
Exactly.
The boat gets moving along pretty good. Well, talk to me on the, 23rd of June?
Yeah, so Friday, June 23rd, we have our 75th anniversary Diamond Jubilee. It's an annual dinner.
That's cool. 75. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so it's very exciting. And it's being hosted by Cliff Castle Casino Hotel this year.
Okay.
And so it's going to be really fun. We sold out a month early this year.
That's good news.
And I think talking about how COVID has affected, we definitely saw a difference this year in the Diamond Jubilee selling out a month early. People are ready to get out there, have fun, enjoy time again, and aren't as hesitant to go out, because last year we did, we had tickets available all the way to the last day, and this year we sold out a month early. So really exciting. We're very excited to have it. And, if people missed out on this one, we have a lot of events throughout the year. So you could keep up to date on those by visiting cottonwoodchamberaz.org. And we have plenty of big events, but this one's going to be huge, and it's going to be very fun.
That's really, really cool, and sold out early. I think to me that suggests, and talking with some other folks, builders, you can see it clearly. During COVID, at its worst, there were a lot of people struggling. At its best, a lot of business people were just kind of holding their breath. Let's get through it, and we can do it, Yeah. And now they're starting to invest again.
Yep.
Whether it's building improvement, whether it's whatever it is, whatever form that takes, we can kind of see that pretty clearly. And the booming, building industry is a very clear indicator of that, it seems.
Oh yeah, it's great, and we do need that building industry to flourish, because we have so many people and not enough houses for them. So
it continues. All right. Well, very good talking to you. I appreciate it so much. It's exciting times in the Verde Valley, as always, and the Cottonwood Chamber of Commerce, the Greater Cottonwood Chamber. And that Diamond Jubilee coming up on the 23rd, it is sold out, but terrific that it's doing so well and so many people are invested and committed to the Cottonwood business community. Geonna Hazzard, our guest, Cottonwood Chamber Director of Member Services. I'm Brad Miller. It's Countywide, and we'll see you next time.
This has been Countywide. Listen in each Tuesday and Thursday at this time. If you have a topic or guest idea that you'd like to suggest, email us, news@myradioplace.com.